with using airbags, side impact airbags through our testing.
The bags are also put through temperature extremes in this environmental chamber, which can simulate everything from Sahara-like heat to Arctic cold.
Plastics and bag materials get brittle when they get cold typically, and very soft and pliable when they're hot.
Erickson says side impact airbags could be mounted in the doors, the pillars, or right in the seat backs. How much? Well, the price isn't set yet, but Erickson guesses, well, about as much as a car stereo.
Even with the cost still up in the air, U.S. drivers appear very willing to dig a little deeper to pay for side impact protection.
But hang on to your checkbooks. Erickson says they won't be available for another year or two. But when they are, he says, they should make quite an impact on safety. Ed Garston, CNN, Rochester Hills, Michigan.
The latest Diamond action next in Headline Sports.
Headline News, a CNN network.
Do you love the mouth-watering taste of perfectly cooked, delicious bacon? But look at all that unhealthy fat and grease. Yuck! Introducing Bacon Wave, the amazing patented breakthrough that cooks perfect bacon in any microwave in just minutes. Look, with Bacon Wave, your microwave makes the leanest, tastiest bacon faster and easier than any other method. The Bacon Wave tray is designed to fit perfectly in any microwave. The special configuration lets you fit up to 14 full strips of bacon and is designed to prevent curling and breakage. Simply place bacon in the tray slots, skewer each slice, and place it in the microwave. It's that easy. Bacon Wave is stackable. Cook up to 28 pieces at a time. Best of all, fat and grease strip into the lower pan away from the bacon. Now look at all that fat and grease. You get more mouth-watering great bacon taste, less unhealthy fat, less cholesterol, fewer calories. Just the world's best bacon. From juicy to crisp, perfect bacon just the way you want it, guaranteed. It's perfect for a bacon and egg breakfast, ideal for a crispy BLT lunch, and makes the perfect salad topping. Bacon Wave is made of an extra strong temperature-safe plastic. When you remove it from the microwave, it's cool to the touch, yet the bacon is crisp and hot. No more splatter, no more burns, only perfectly cooked bacon. Best of all, Bacon Wave is dishwasher safe for fast and easy cleanup. Look again at how easy it is to cook perfect bacon. Just place the strips on the tray, pierce each slice with a skewer, set the timer, and presto, your Bacon Wave is ready with the tastiest bacon you've ever had. Order your Bacon Wave today for the special introductory price of just $19.95. Now you can bring home the bacon. Order your Bacon Wave today.
To order Bacon Wave, have your credit card ready and call toll-free 1-800-257-1333 or send check or money order for $19.95 plus $4.50 shipping to Bacon Wave, P.O. Box 2969, Atlanta, Georgia. For faster delivery, call 1-800-257-1333. That's 1-800-257-1333.
Larry Smith, Headline Sports. Natron Means isn't a happy camper, but a camper he is. Finally, the Chargers' star running back ended his holdout late last night, but in a statement said he felt betrayed by San Diego general manager Bobby Beathard. The two will meet on Monday. At issue is a proposed 4-year contract worth more than $7 million. In the meantime, Means will fork over $48,000 in fines to the AFC champions. Several NFL preseason games on the schedule. The Saints and Packers are playing at Camp Randall Stadium in Madison, Wisconsin. The highlight of the first half, a 96-yard kickoff return by Green Bay's Charles Jordan. Weather playing havoc with the Brickyard 400 in Indianapolis. Rain at the Indy Motor Speedway could force a postponement. It'll take about 90 minutes to dry the track off once it does stop raining. Winston Cup points standings leader Jeff Gordon has the pole position if and when they drop the green flag. To track and field, Dennis Mitchell has followed Carl Lewis out of the American lineup at the World Track and Field Championships in Gothenburg, Sweden. The 1993 bronze medalist pulled out of the 100-meter race today due to a leg cramp suffered in one of the heats. Lewis is out with a hamstring injury. There's a reason why you can't find any baseball games on the tube today. There aren't any. The 4 o'clock Eastern time start for Seattle at Oakland is the earliest game. Everyone else playing tonight, including Kansas City at Minnesota. The White Sox are in Cleveland. Yankees at Detroit. Game 2 for Darryl Strawberry. He went 1 for 4 for the Bronx Bombers last night in Motown. Boston visits Toronto, Milwaukee, and Baltimore in a game with major wild card implications in that one. And later it's Texas at California. The Rangers trying to chase down the AL West leading Angels. In the NL, Montreal is hosting Atlanta. The Marlins visit the Mets. Philadelphia tries again in Cincinnati. The Pirates are hosting Houston. The Cubbies and Cardinals go at it at Busch Stadium. San Diego is at Colorado. And the late start, the Dodgers and Giants at Candlestick Park. To golf, the PGAers are in Grand Blanc, Michigan for the Buick Open. Second-round leader Payne Stewart battling Woody Austin at the top. Defending champion Fred Couples is also within striking distance. At the McCalls in Stratton Mountain, Vermont, Pat Bradley in the clubhouse at 8 under with the lead, but first-round co-leaders Katrin Nelsmark and Allison Finney are still on the course. And for the seniors, the VFW Senior Championship Round 2 is underway. Buddy Allen has the first-round lead. In Sweden, the Scandinavian Masters, Scotland's Colin Montgomery shot at 67 in round 3 today, but it was Jesper Parnevik still on top. His 69 has him at 13 under par. Parnevik's the leader at the Scandinavian Masters through 3 rounds with 1 round to go. Larry Smith, Headline Sports.
This is Headline News, a CNN network.
My father had me working in here before I was 8. When I was 15, he said, "Nice job." He's not a talker. A few months ago, his hands started hurting, you know, on and off. Well, he'd get by, but not without taking a lot of pills, sometimes 8 a day. Well, we decided to call our doctor. He said, check out Aleve. He said, for someone Dad's age, 2 Aleves is it, the entire day.
1 every 12 hours. This one's up to 6 a day, and that one's 8.
Oh, I could tell he was worried the pain would come back. I said, try it. Old cars are one thing, old habits another. To cut a long story short, 2 Aleves is all he takes, all he needs. Well, we'll have him on hydraulic tools by the end of the century.
You working today?
Aleve. All day strong, all day long.
Sunday on CNN presents Trash Talk, Nightly Violence, Sleaze TV. Has journalism gotten hooked on junk?
The tabloids have become more mainstream, and the mainstream has become more tabloid.
Journalism becomes just another corner.
Top female pilots of all ages are going full throttle this weekend. More than 100 women flew out of Santa Monica, California yesterday to begin a 750-mile race to Oregon. The racers are aged 17 to 80. The race was sponsored by the 99s, an international organization for women pilots. The group was founded in 1929 by history's most famous female flyer, Amelia Earhart. An Italian tenor will have bad memories of the opera Tosca. Last night, while leaning on a crutch off stage, the singer lost his balance and fell, breaking his right leg. On opening night last week, he was shot in the foot during the execution scene. For years, the Chinese government has been working to save panda bears from extinction. Andrea Koppel reports those efforts may not be enough.
They're almost as prehistoric as dinosaurs, but these living fossils are a whole lot cuter to look at. But cuteness aside, researchers fear that the giant panda, which has been around for tens of millions of years, may be headed for extinction within a matter of decades. Today, the Chinese government says that only about 1,000 pandas are left in southwest China. It was in order to help preserve one of the nation's national treasures that the Chinese government opened this Panda Research Institute in Sichuan Province in 1987. Located on nearly 90 acres of land, the institute is home to 19 pandas, including 3 cubs born last fall. There are a number of reasons why China's giant panda population has been rapidly decreasing. And while some of those reasons, like deforestation and poaching, can be directly blamed on humans, researchers at this institute say the most ominous and complex reason has to do with the pandas themselves.
Our research indicates that very few male pandas will breed naturally. Also, their sperm count is very low. So we rely on artificial insemination for our entire breeding program.
But even with all its research, since 1963, only 43 pandas have survived here in China after they were born in captivity. Researchers say that's because newborn pandas are tiny, weighing only 27 grams, and have a naturally weak immune system.
The obstacles to the panda survival is not the lack of knowledge about how they reproduce or the lack of knowledge about their behavior. The obstacles are the fact that there is diminishing habitat, there is to a certain extent poaching, there's encroachment on their habitat from deforestation and from agriculture.
Ultimately, the question as to how much longer the panda will survive may indeed rest with man. The Chinese government reports it's been actively prosecuting panda poachers like these men, who will serve 11 to 12 years in prison for killing one panda. And with funding from abroad, the government has established more than a dozen wildlife preserves where the pandas are supposed to have plenty of forests and plenty of their favorite food. But in the end, no one knows if this will be enough to save the panda from extinction, leaving future generations with nothing more than a cheap imitation in its place. Andrea Koppel, CNN, Sichuan, China.
Coming up in the next half hour, a seesaw battle over abortion in the Senate. Protests mark the 50th anniversary of the birth of the atomic age. And a New York town becomes the focus of a dispute over same-sex marriages. Those stories and more after a short break. I'm Pam Mason. This is Headline News.
This is Headline News, a CNN network.
In the next 30 minutes, your world will change, and Headline News will be there to report it all. In the next 30 minutes, Headline News, a whole day's news every half hour.
Today, he's rounding them up and corralling them in Dallas. GOP presidential candidates, all going to this man's political bash. Ross Perot and his politics on CNN's Evans and Novak. 5:30 Eastern today.
This is Headline News, a CNN network.
It's technique. You want a firmer stomach? You need technique to isolate your abdominal muscles. She's doing sit-ups. Sit-ups don't work. They don't isolate the abdominal muscles. And look at her legs everywhere. The wrong way. Simply put the ab isolator on. It locks her legs down, isolates your abdominals. It targets the stomach muscles automatically. Perfect exercise technique every time. The ab isolator locks you on target so you can't use the wrong muscles. With proper technique, you get results fast. Men want washboard abs. You have to isolate. Women who've had babies or problems with their lower abs want to target that area. With my ab isolator video, I'll be your personal trainer to motivate you. Doesn't matter if you're a beginner or advanced. Beginners are only 3 minutes a day. Get the ab isolator in my personal trainer video. It's a great offer at 3 payments of $9.95. It's adjustable and you can take it anywhere. Look, I'm an award-winning certified personal trainer. I've seen a lot of stomach devices, but the ab isolator is a breakthrough in abdominal training. As far as I'm concerned, you will never need another abdominal product. Now all you have to do is pick up your phone and order now.
This is Headline News, live from Atlanta.
Good afternoon. I'm Pam Mason, sitting in for Judy Fortin. A special Saturday session was supposed to help the Senate move ahead on the legislative agenda. Instead, it turned into an all-day battle over abortion rights. After a series of 3 votes, the Senate approved restrictions on payments for abortions for federal workers by their government-subsidized health care plan. The ban applies to abortion except in the cases of rape or incest or when the mother's life is in danger. Another amendment to loosen those restrictions was defeated. Opponents say any sort of ban is an assault on federal employees' rights.
In the United States, women have a constitutional right to choose an abortion. But that right is meaningless, Mr. President, if women do not have access to abortion or cannot pay for the service. Many who are opposed to abortion rights know that. So they come up with ways to make it more and more difficult for women to obtain a safe, affordable abortion.
Is it really health care? When I think of health care, I think of helping someone. I think of perhaps saving someone's life or performing some medical service which makes someone healthy again. The taking of a human life, in my opinion, is not healthy, certainly not healthy for the person whose life is taken.
The Senate's version now has to be reconciled with similar House legislation. Negotiators will do that when Congress returns from its summer recess. President Clinton says he's not going to let Republicans shortchange American families. In his weekly radio address today, Mr. Clinton criticized the GOP's attempts to cut funding for social programs like Head Start and job training. His remarks come on the second anniversary of the Family and Medical Leave Act, which allows workers unpaid leave for family emergencies.